Good morning, crafters. I'm so happy to have you guys with us again. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, we've been having some amazing people, and today's no exception. Today I have the amazing Kaili Hill with us. Kaili, say hi.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Well, Kaili is here with me. I found Kaili. I'm in another group, and she's also in the same group. And she was going to be doing a Pinterest boot camp. So she had posted there. And I said, this looks interesting. I can see what Pinterest has to offer. I joined it, and oh my goodness. Since then, this has been since December, January.
Has it been that long already?
It has. I remember. It's been a while.
That's crazy.
But I'm so excited to be there because it's something that's that I never knew. You don't know what you don't know. I didn't know any of this stuff. So why don't we start with Kaili? Why don't you, first of all, you know what? Let's break the ice. Tell us about your name, because everybody is interested in your name. They don't know how to pronounce it. They don't know it. Tell us about Kaili.
Yes. Well, first of all, let me apologize. My eye keeps watering. I'm not crying, I promise. But so if you keep seeing me do this, it's because my eye's watering. My full name is Kamakani Kaili Aloha. Wow. And it means the winds from Maui blowing sweet love to one another. It's Hawaiian. So my dad was born and raised in Hawaii. And then he came here for football and met my mom, and then the rest is history.
What a pretty name. It's very pretty. And I have to tell you guys this too. Kaili, she has a new nickname. She's a unicorn hair girl now.
Oh. I know someone told me my hair looked magical once, and I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. Most of the time I wear it in just like a mom bun, but
Yeah, but anyway, let's get into our discussion. Good morning, Debbie. We have Debbie with us. We have Joanna. Gina's with us. So I'm so happy that more people are joining us. Tell us what you do. So I said you've done so many things, but what I know you for is for your Pinterest coaching. Tell us what you do as a Pinterest coach and how you got into that.
So I'm more of so I've done so many things over the last 6 years. Like I've been on this entrepreneurial roller coaster ride, just trying everything. Because first of all, I am a very creative person. So I love, I love doing arts and crafts. I love creating. I love trying to figure out how to do new things. So that's always been a passion of mine. So I've kind of gone back and forth through that. And then also I love creating things online, digital things, and just figuring out websites, and just my brain is it works on both sides. Because I know they say sometimes if you're super technical, you're not very good at being artsy, or if you're super artsy, you're not very good at technical things. I like both. So my entrepreneurial roller coaster ride has just kind of led me to a point where I've done a few network marketing businesses, and then I've also done some crafting businesses. I've done, I taught myself how to do woodworking. So I was on Pinterest one day, and I was like, I want to build a farmhouse table. So I told my husband, I'm like, I need a saw. You have to get me a saw because I know I can build this. And he's like, you're crazy. He's like, okay, fine. He's like, you do realize you need more than just a saw to build a table, right? And I'm like, if I just had a saw, I could do it. And so I built a farmhouse table, and then I got really into woodworking and then sign making. So that was my creative side started taking over. I did, I refinished furniture. So I've always been a Pinterest person. Anything I see on Pinterest, I'm like, I can do it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do it. And then I just kind of also the business part of it really fascinated me, doing websites and how all of that works and making money. I'm like, I can do it all. And so I started blogging because I thought, this would be great to just kind of, I've heard, I'm a mom. I'm kind of a hot mess mom sometimes. And so I've heard people say journaling is really great for just to kind of get it all out there, de-stress. If you have, depressive tendencies, it's really good to journal. So I'm well, maybe I'll just blog instead so I can help other people as well. And so I started blogging. At the time, I didn't know that there was templates for websites. So I literally built a website with code. I tried to figure out, I figured out code, how to put a picture here and a title here. And it was ridiculous just for my blog. And then so I started blogging, and then it led me to Pinterest. And I saw a lot of bloggers using Pinterest to get traffic to their sites, right? So that people would read their stuff. So I'm like, this is awesome. I'm going to do Pinterest now and I'm going to get people to my site. And then I realized, you know what, like there needs to be more, like, so I created like a pin. It was my attempt at creating like a free printable on Photoshop. It wasn't like an SVG or anything that they could cut out. They just had to print it out and like put it on their wall or frame it or whatever, right? And so I got a lot of subscribers from that. And I was like, this is awesome. Like Pinterest is legit. Like it's legit. Like I got over 1,000 subscribers from that one pin.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah. And I was like, and it wasn't even that good. I was like, it wasn't even like an SVG that they could like cut out and like, I don't know. It was just funny. So anyways, long story short, that's kind of how it led me to Pinterest and using Pinterest as a business. And then, you know, all of my other business endeavors, it kind of led me into thinking like, you know, there's a lot of bloggers using Pinterest, but there's not a lot of like business owners, you know, like, well, people think that they have to have a blog is what I'm trying to say. And you don't. So that's what led me to Pinterest.
Okay. So it was like a personal thing. It was something that you were doing on your own and you wanted to convert for yourself. And then that, okay. So then now that you've learned so much behind Pinterest and you're giving that to so many of us, what do you think the number one mistake most of us make with Pinterest?
Not having a strategy. Not having a strategy behind your pin is huge. So Pinterest is really amazing at getting like free organic traffic to your website. Like you can get tons of traffic. Like in my Pinterest bootcamp, I've had people after going through it, like only having like 500 views a month to like over 1,000, you know, 1,000 plus, you know, and if you that's great. If you have a lot of traffic going to your site, that's fantastic. But if you don't have like a plan, once they get to your site, to keep them on your site or to either collect their email or, you know, convert that traffic into, you know, your email list subscribers, there's no purpose, right? Because not everybody is ready to buy your thing right now, right? So if they come to your site, like a ton of traffic comes to your site and then they leave, like there's no way to get them back. There's no way to communicate with those people that were interested in what you had on your site. So it's really important. I think a lot of people make the mistake of not having an actual strategy in place to move them from traffic to an actual lead into their business.
And so because of that, this is what I wanted to tell a lot of people in our group. They're crafters, of course, some small business people. And so we're used to looking at Pinterest as a crafter or as just a mom, just a wife home, as just somewhere we can go to get information. But see, what Kaili has taught me is that Pinterest is not just a place where I go and collect stuff, but it's a place where I can attract people to my business. So if you're doing chocolate tour, if you're doing your own crochet business, if you're doing your own art, Pinterest would be a wonderful platform for you to use. And it doesn't cost you anything, right, Kaili? Yeah. It doesn't cost you anything. And that's one thing I wanted to tell you about with her bootcamp. Tell us about actually your group first. What benefits would people have, our viewers here, other people, if they joined your Pinterest marketing and sales funnel group?
Well, first I wanted to add to what you were saying real quick. For the Pinterest, a lot of people don't realize, they think, it's a place to go to find recipes and like DIY crafts. And that is, you know, absolutely 100% true. The unique thing about Pinterest is that it's a search engine. Yes. So anything that you create on there should be like your pins should be searchable content. So things that people are searching for to solve a problem, right? And it's evergreen. It stays out there forever. It's a search engine, right? So people can continue to find your stuff over and over and over and over again. So if you are creating pins that have content that that can help somebody, you know, maybe it's a checklist or it's a PDF or a download or an SVG file that you can give them or some kind of freebie or whatever, stuff that they're actually looking for a solution for, it's amazing because it will stay there forever, right?
Yes. And that's the other thing too. You know what? And that's what I learned. I didn't know I can make my own pins until I learned with Kaili. I can make my own pins. And then the other thing she taught me is don't give it all away. right there. Send them to, have a reason. Tell them you can get this free Cricut checklist on my website. That pin is going to send them to my website. My website's going to send them to my other products, things like that. So
yes.
it's just it's a funnel. It's a funnel is what we talked about.
Yes.
Right?
And so for your next question, my group, so I focus on Pinterest, but I also focus on sales funnels, which sales funnels is kind of more of the strategy behind your pins and your Pinterest account. There's so many different ways to get traffic to your sales funnels, but Pinterest is definitely a way as well that I think is overlooked by a lot of business owners because they're focused on Facebook ads and things like that. And so my group focuses on not only the Pinterest aspect of it, like setting up your Pinterest for Business account the right way. It's really important to have keywords, like things that will, like I talked about earlier, having searchable content. That, a lot of people want to name their boards like cutesy names, just because it's for fun, but you want to make sure that you have words and phrases that people are actually searching for. So we talk about that. We talk about pin hacking, which is basically pin hacking. So it's a concept. It's not like a concept that I came up with. It's I follow Russell Brunson. He has the concept called funnel hacking, and so I just kind of made that my own and made it pin hacking. Right? Yeah. It's kind of the same idea. Is where you go and you search for content and see what is the most pinned item that comes up, and you hack them, right? You see what they're doing. What do their pins look like? Follow the pin. Does it go to a landing page? Does it go to a blog? What type of content are they putting out there? What kind of freebies are they offering people? And just seeing what's out there, not copying their content, but like just kind of modeling it, seeing what's working already, and then making it your own, or seeing what's missing that you can add to it. So we talk about that. We talk about, setting up your Pinterest for Business account, and then claiming your website, rich pins, all of those things. And that's what we kind of cover in the boot camp, the 5-day boot camp that I do in my group. So, and then I also share lots of things about funnels and funnel strategy and Pinterest funnel strategy. Basically, your pin is your entry point into your funnel. So your pin needs to be something that hooks people, right? That gets them to click to go to the next step of your, basically taking your customer or your lead or your client through, the steps up until they, join your thing or come to your Facebook group or that kind of thing. So
cool. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention about your group is that just the group. So Kaili was talking about her boot camp, which was the 5-day, but just in her group, I learned so much. She has free trainings every single Tuesday. Still Tuesday, right?
It's Wednesday now. It used to be Tuesday, but my son has
Wednesday. She comes on in about half hour. She gives you valuable content, valuable information to help you move forward in your business, whether it's about feeling like you're an imposter, getting over imposter syndrome, about being in your feelings, about how to create searchable content. Like she said, it's amazing content. It's a valuable group. So I would encourage anybody who's interested to see Kaili. We're going to drop that link in the comments afterward. Go to her group and check it out. It doesn't cost anything to be part of that. And you learn, I've got to network with so many people, and that's very valuable to me too. So when's your next boot camp?
My next boot camp. Well, I have not decided on that yet. I'm thinking towards the end of May, but it's still in the works. So I'm changing a few things up for the boot camp. So yeah, probably towards the end of May.
Okay, so everybody be on the lookout for that. Of course, I'll be posting in our group whenever it does. I find out it's coming out. I just wanted to share a comment with you. Tati says, wow, I never thought of Pinterest in that sense. It is a search engine. Wow. That blows a lot of us away. Look at just, let me see, we've been on 14 minutes. And somebody learned something that fast.
Oh, good. Yes, I know a lot of people forget about that. They forget about it's a search engine. So yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. So anybody who is interested in joining or learning more about Pinterest or learning how to use Pinterest to your advantage for your business, I would really recommend. Kaili's legit, guys. She's the real thing. I don't spend money on things that I could do myself. I spend money with Kaili. I mean, going past this,
Yes, I have a program. It's called the Pin Hacking Academy. So we just dive a little bit deeper into more of the strategy part of the funnel and Pinterest and that kind of thing. So, and
Right.
Naomi's the best student. Don't tell anybody else. I said that unless they're in this group, then I'm in trouble.
I wish I was, but yes, I have learned. And you know what? It's because it's stuff that we can implement right away. And if it wasn't valuable, I wouldn't have spent money on it. I wouldn't be doing it. So, Kaili, thank you so much. If anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Kaili is also in our group, so she'll be able to access those comments and answer them. And again, thank you guys for joining us, and have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll see you guys again soon.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Bye.